មាជិកគណៈបានសង្គ្រោះជាតិប្រាជ្ញាផ្នែកសាមគ្គីក្រុមនានាសង្គ្រោះបម្រើការពារកម្ពុជាខ្មែរព្រមរកគ្នាពីមពីសិទ្ធិសេរីឯករាជ្យបូរណភាពអធិបតេយ្យខ្មែរប្រស្រីបដូរផ្ដាច់ថែរក្សាមិនឲ្យបរទេសឆ្លៀនពៀនមកត្រួតត្រាសម្បត្តិដូនតាធនធានជាតិខ្មែរព្រះអាទិត្យរាំងបំភ្លឺកម្ពុជាខ្មែរឯកភាពគ្នាដងស្រាយបញ្ហានយោបាយសេដ្ឋកិច្ចសង្គមអហិង្សាសេដ្ឋកិច្ចថ្លៃថ្លាជីវភាពរុងរឿងដីយើងពូជយើងភូខលយើងខ្មែរក្រោកឡើងសង្គ្រោះជាតិខេមរាបោះឆ្នោតឲ្យចំដល់អំណាចជូនប្រជាដើម្បីកម្ពុជារួមរឿងសេនសានជ័យយោគណៈបកសង្គ្រោះជាតិសមាជិកគណៈបកសង្គ្រោះជាតិប្រាជ្ញាថ្មីគ្មានសាមគ្គីក្រុមនានាសង្គ្រោះបម្រើការពារកម្ពុជាខ្មែរព្រមរកគ្នាពីមពីសិទ្ធិសេរីឯករាជ្យបូរណភាពអធិបតេយ្យខ្មែរប្រស្រីបដូរផ្ដាច់ថែរក្សាមិនឲ្យបរទេសឆ្លៀនពៀនមកត្រួតត្រាសម្បត្តិដូនតាធនធានជាតិខ្មែរព្រះអាទិត្យរាំងបំភ្លឺកម្ពុជាខ្មែរឯកភាពគ្នាដងស្រាយបញ្ហានយោបាយសេដ្ឋកិច្ចសង្គមអហិង្សាសេដ្ឋកិច្ចថ្លៃថ្លាជីវភាពរុងរឿងដីយើងពូជយើងភូខលយើងខ្មែរក្រោកឡើងសង្គ្រោះជាតិខេមរាបោះឆ្នោតឲ្យចំផ្ដល់អំណាចជូនប្រជាដើម្បីកម្ពុជារួមរឿងសេនសាន
Jamripsu and hello and good evening. Welcome to Khmer Youth Voices for Justice. This is part of the CNRP-America live TV show. I am broadcasting live from Los Angeles, California. Thank you for joining us tonight. Today is Tuesday, November 2nd, 2021. Again, thank you for joining us. Before we start, please help to support our petitions. Also, thank you for your support for the past year. We have so far 111,000 signatures. Please continue to support, continue to share our petitions at change.org. Our petitions called Ending Impunity for Justice in Cambodia, a worldwide campaign to find justice for victims of Cambodian backstate killing. Together, we hold Hun Sen and his ally responsible for continuing to kill and hurt Cambodia. Please, our petition is still at change.org. Our petition is still going strong. Please help to share and also help to let your friend, your family know that the petition is still going on. And also from everyone, thank you so much for your support so far for this past year. We are looking for at least 500,000 signatures, but for right now we have 111,000, which is amazing, but we still need your support to keep going. I have a short video clip of Her Excellency Moksahur thanking you who support the petitions at change.org, but we still need to continue. Please watch the video and then share the video and share our program so that way everyone will know, and also we need your support. Thank you.
អីប៉ាធ្វើល្អបានគេសម្រាប់រដ្ឋប្រហារថ្ងៃទី5 ទី6 ជីវជាត្រូវបានខ្មាន់កំភ្លើងបានសម្រាប់នេះជាប់ពាក់ព័ន្ធនឹងរាជរដ្ឋាភិបាលនេះអ្នកស្រីពីស្ថាប័នកម្មលេត្រូវបានខ្មាន់កំភ្លើងបានសម្រាប់3គ្រាប់ការពីកដាលមួយប៉ុន្តែអ្នកបត្រៈបេះដូងលែងដើរសគុតភ្លាម
ខ្ញុំសូមថ្លែងអំណរគុណទៅដល់បងប្អូនដែលបានចូលរួមចុះហត្ថលេខាលើកញត្តិយុទ្ធនាការបញ្ចប់នីតិរដ្ឋភាពនៅកម្ពុជាតាមនិយាយទាំងអស់ពីពិភពលោកបានចូលរួម
ធ្វើនៅកាតព្វកិច្ចដ៏សំខាន់មួយ
ពិសេសយុវជនដែលបានចូលរួមញត្តិបញ្ចប់នីតិរដ្ឋភាពនៅប្រទេសកម្ពុជារបស់យើង
ហើយក៏ជាលើកទី1នៅក្នុងប្រវត្តិសាស្ត្រដែលបងប្អូនខ្មែរទូទាំងពិភពលោកអាចមានឱកាសចូលរួមស្វែងរកយុត្តិធម៌
ជូនអ្នកដែលបានបាត់បង់ជីវិតទៅ
ហើយដល់ពេលនេះញត្តិយើងបានជាង 100000
ដែលញត្តិរបស់យើងគឺមានចំនួន 100000 ជាងហើយ
មិនដែលមានញត្តិណាមានខ្ពស់ដល់ប៉ុណ្ណឹងហើយនីតិរដ្ឋភាពនៅប្រទេសកម្ពុជាដែលយើងចង់បញ្ចប់គឺករណីសម្រាប់ដោយរដ្ឋដូចជាករណីលោកជាវិជាករណីលោកស្រីពិសិដ្ឋលក្ខណៈចាក់នៃលោកករណីលោកឈុតវិធីករណីនៃបដិជនសុនបុនធឿន
បានសម្លាប់ទង្គាលទៅលើពលរដ្ឋទៅលើអ្នកចេះដឹងទៅលើអ្នកដែលឈឺឆ្អាលរឿងប្រទេសជាតិរឿងនយោបាយ
ហើយបន្តប៉ុណ្ណោះគឺយើងនឹងស្វែងរកយុត្តិធម៌នៅក្នុងប្រទេសកម្ពុជាទៀតមិនឲ្យមានការកាប់សម្លាប់ប្រជាពលរដ្ឋក្រៅប្រព័ន្ធច្បាប់នោះទេ
ដូច្នេះយុទ្ធនាការនេះគឺជាយន្តការអន្តរជាតិមួយដើម្បីជួយរកយុត្តិធម៌គាត់តាមរយៈអន្តរជាតិ
ដើម្បីយើងប្តឹងទៅតុលាការអន្តរជាតិជួយរកភាពយុត្តិធម៌ជូនអ្នកដែលបានបាត់បង់ជីវិត
អ្នកដែលយកបានមកចុះហត្ថលេខាជាង 100000 អ្នកនេះគឺយើងយកទៅអង្គការសហជីវជាតិដើម្បីទាមទារឲ្យអង្គការសហជីវជាតិដឹងថាត្រូវតែមានការស៊ើបអង្កេតឯករាជ្យលើករណីទាំងអស់នេះ
លុះត្រាតែបងប្អូនយើងទាំងអស់គ្នានៅក្នុងស្រុកនិងក្រៅស្រុកចូលរួមឲ្យបានច្រើនបន្តនៅយុទ្ធនាការបញ្ចប់នីតិរដ្ឋភាពនៅក្នុងប្រទេសកម្ពុជា
ដូច្នេះសូមបន្តចុះញត្តិឲ្យបានច្រើនគ្រប់គ្នាបន្ថែមទៀត
ហើយខ្ញុំសង្ឃឹមថាពុកម៉ែបងប្អូននឹងបន្តចុះញត្តិអនឡាញនេះបន្តទៅទៀត
ដើម្បីឈានទៅរកយុត្តិធម៌ជូនដល់ជនរងគ្រោះឲ្យបញ្ចប់នីតិរដ្ឋភាពនៅប្រទេសកម្ពុជា
ដោយគ្រាន់តែបងប្អូនមានត្រឹមតែទូរស័ព្ទដៃមួយគ្រឿងនេះគឺជារឿងអស្ចារ្យមួយនៅក្នុងសតវត្សទី21នាសម័យបច្ចេកវិទ្យានេះ
យើងរួមគ្នាបញ្ចប់នីតិរដ្ឋភាពដើម្បីយុត្តិធម៌នៅកម្ពុជា
ចូលរួមបញ្ចប់នីតិរដ្ឋភាពដើម្បីយុត្តិធម៌នៅក្នុងកម្ពុជា
យើងចូលរួមបញ្ចប់នីតិរដ្ឋភាពដើម្បីយុត្តិធម៌នៅកម្ពុជាទាំងអស់គ្នាយើងរួមគ្នាដើម្បីបញ្ចប់នីតិរដ្ឋភាពនៅប្រទេសកម្ពុជា
ដើម្បីបញ្ចប់នីតិរដ្ឋភាពឲ្យមានយុត្តិធម៌នៅក្នុងប្រទេសកម្ពុជា
រួមគ្នាបញ្ចប់នីតិរដ្ឋភាពដើម្បីយុត្តិធម៌នៅប្រទេសកម្ពុជា
រួមគ្នាបញ្ចប់នីតិរដ្ឋភាពដើម្បីយុត្តិធម៌នៅកម្ពុជា
សូមបងប្អូនចូលរួមចុះហត្ថលេខាលើញត្តិរបស់យើងដើម្បីបញ្ចប់វប្បធម៌នីតិរដ្ឋភាពនៅប្រទេសកម្ពុជាដើម្បីរកយុត្តិធម៌ជូនទៅដល់អ្នកដែលរងគ្រោះ
ចូលរួមបញ្ចប់នីតិរដ្ឋភាពនៅក្នុងប្រទេសកម្ពុជាចូលរួម
Thank you and welcome back. Welcome to Khmer Youth Voices for Justice. Again, that video is thanking you, the supporter of ending impunity for justice in Cambodia at change.org. If you have not seen our petitions, have not signed our petition, please head to change.org. Ending impunity for justice in Cambodia. Together we fight to end impunity. Please join me. And join my colleague at change.org. Let me go through a little bit the purpose of our show. The purpose of this show tonight is to bring awareness of the awful political situation in Cambodia. My guests, I have two guests tonight, will help us to listen and to learn from a personal perspective, so that way we better inform and also better equipped to do our part to help out Cambodia, because we do care and concern about Cambodia. Let me introduce two of my guests. My first guest, he's been here many times. But he haven't been here lately, so I am glad that he's here. He actually, out his busy schedule, he's willing to be here. So his name is Rikia. He is the General Secretary of CNRP-America. Let me welcome him. Mr. Rikia.
How are you?
I'm good. How you been?
Busy.
As always.
As always, yes.
And thank you for being here tonight. Since the last time you here, did you go back to work, or you go back? I know you're in education. Have you been back to school, or you stay remotely from home?
No, we teach from school every day since August 10.
Oh wow,
Yeah, it's
that's great.
a few months now. Yeah, August, September, October. Yeah, about 3 months
And it's
already.
still mask and still
Yep, it's
6 feet
tough. Yeah,
apart.
a lot of guidelines that we have to follow, procedures. Yes, 30, 34 students. Not really safe either because there's not enough social distancing inside the classroom.
How do you like this is it regular testing? You regular COVID testing, or if anybody get COVID, then you get notified?
Mm, no, students have their sitting charts, and if one of them is ill, then the one that sit around them had to be quarantined for 10 days at least. And I have quite a few that have been quarantined already. They didn't tell me who and who. And I myself need to protect myself. I had my 2 shots plus the booster. But again, still need to follow the pandemic guidelines for safety, for our own safeties and the safety of the kids. The kids don't receive any shots at all because the parents without the parent permission. It's only 11 or 12. This is 6th grade.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ricky, and thank you for being here tonight. We will
Thank
do some
you.
more perspective. We want your opinion. My next guest, her name is Sam Tao. She is from Minnesota. She is the CNRP supporter from Minnesota. I am glad she's here. She's my brand new and so brave to be here. Let me bring her out. So Sam, how are you?
I'm doing well. Yourself? How's your day?
I'm good, thank you. I'm busy running around. How's you?
Busy as well. So,
Tell us something about yourself. Introduce yourself.
hold on. Oh.
I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's good evenings, everyone from here, and good mornings in Cambodian, I believe. So to begin it, Bongs, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to introduce myself. This is a great show. After watching the podcast before the show starts, it's remind me a lot, and I got goosebumps all over. For those who sacrificed their life for our country, and until now, we still have not find their justice yet. So again, my name is Sam Till. I was born and raised in Cambodia, but I currently now live in the States of Minnesota for 21 years. Something about me, I complete my associate degree in Thailand as a designer, and I finished my quality engineer in the States. So I complete my goal. So I also complete my course as an IPC specialist. So I have ability to enhance more on designs engineer, especially on the computer and the IPC circuit board. I work at Novellus company now. It's for the medical device company who produce a lot of products to support hospital that who needs COVID-19. Especially in New York, that's our field and doctor there. My experience, why I've been working for 3M company for 3 years as a supervisor. I resigned from 3M after 3 years, and I joined Stacky Hearing Aid Technology for 15 years as an analyst, and also a internal information request in addition to support a foundation to our Cambodian as well. My first trip is to Siem Reap. It was amazing to meet all the children who have their hearing impaired. And I also resigned from Starkey Hearing Aid for 15 years. Then I joined Boston Scientific, specialized on catheter and balloon. And I back to Novellus where I now, and my position as a senior quality engineer. I'm married. That's my status. I'm married, and I have 3 beautiful kids, 2 girls and 1 boy.
So all the men are watching. You know, she's married and she is capable. So listen to her.
there's a one. Remember, Bong, when you were in Minnesota, I forgot that transcript that say her mom said you have to marry to a rich man, but she said that I am rich. I'm married to myself. So with that, behind the success woman, there is a man, but behind the success man is also as a woman. So I always be independent. I believe that husband and wife is equivalence. So there's no one higher than other. No one shouldn't be below than other. That's just the way I think it. And I've been achieved. I came to United States by myself with empty hand, with all the knowledge that I've learned from multiple people, from every culture, whether it's a native or non-native speaker. So with that, my hobby, I like to working out after work and enjoy kid activity that's release the stress out from work. I'm a big fan of football, so I'm a Green Bay fan.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna stop right here.
Yeah. So, and then I encourage everyone to participants to support and pass both of HR 4686 and S3052. These are very important for our human right and democracy. So thank you, and I turn back to you, Bong. Thank you again, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. We will come back to you and ask you some questions regarding the bill and see how you feel. But let me ask Mr. Ricky back. Let me start with a current event that we've been through. And now that you remember, I forgot to tell our audience what my topic is. My topic is HR 4686 and S3052. The S3052, the text came out recently, so we went through it. We're going to talk about that a little bit, and we will ask you, the audience, for the support us in a little bit. But let me bring out the current event. Some of my audience might not know. As of this beautiful picture of Cambodia, I'm assuming this is in Phnom Penh on November 1st. Hun Sen opened up the country. He's opened up. He's announced the reopening of the country fully across all sectors on November 1st. He point out four factors that he opening. So he fully vaccinated, the availability of the effective of COVID-19 treatment, the increased experience in dealing with COVID-19 vaccine, and in the increase of the understanding of COVID-19 for the public. So as a result, the country is open. That also includes schools open. And I'm not sure, my guest will note, I'm going to pull up a picture of a first day of school, a little boy first day of school. This is also on some that Hun Sen Facebook, and I want our guests and I want Sam, and I also want Mr. Ricky to also say something about that when I'm pointed out. This is Mr. Ricky. I'm blocking you, but I'll bring you back. This is the first day of school. As you see, the little boy standing online, getting ready to go to school. He got his vaccine card. Unfortunately, in Cambodia, if you are under the age of 11, you are able to get vaccine, and because it's approved by Hun Sen himself, and it's safe for kids, and that's what they. So this little boy is it's his first day of school with the vaccine card. He is without a lanyard, which is the string attached to your neck where you put the card in, and also he is standing online without a shoe. So after development, after the country under peace, prosperity, and development in Cambodia, the comment that I see is they are thank you the regime for opening up the country, and thank you his leadership, and at the same time blaming the parent responsibility of sending the kid with shoe and just empty feet to go to school. So now I'm going to have Mr. Ricky chime in first. Is it a parent responsibility to send their school with proper clothes, or is it our government responsibility to to make sure no kid left behind.
Hi, Linda. I just want to make sure you get this picture from Prime Minister Hun Sen's Facebook.
Yes, it is on his Facebook.
And he's so proud of himself.
He's so proud that he's so proud that the country is opening up. He's so proud of that little boy standing online to go into school, standing online, and also his word is not afraid to go to school.
That is sad. Why? I know the pictures speak more than 1,000 words. It means a lot to me because I remember when I was shoeless when I was going to school back in the 1969 or 1970. But now we are in the 2021. We're talking about 51 years later. And the kids my age at the time is like, I think this boy is about probably 7 or 8 years old. That is the time I started school too, 7 or 8. At the temple, we did not have shoes, but that was no excuse because right now, this is 2021. And he's proud of himself because he could open the school based on those 4 conditions. And now the children can go to school. But to me, a few things what I would say. Number one, yes, the children now have a good vision about going to school, that they will not be banned from this situation, from COVID pandemic. So now he can meet his friends, he can learn how to read and write. But I do not know how this boy or how the boy's family background is, or what kind of background he has. It could be that he's from a poor family. I don't expect the government to see that.
That's his
house. Look at the house there. This is 2021. And the house wall is made from thatch roof or grass roof, a grass wall, and rusty zinc metal sheets. And looks like this boy, the family is very poor, and he could not afford to pay. The family could not buy him a pair of shoes or sandals just to walk to school. So what does this say about the government? This country is very poor, cannot live on their own. People could not support themselves, and the government did not do anything to help them either. And we don't want to say that they are they have a lot of money. They could, because the Hun's family own billions of dollars property around the country, and the pure water, Vital, or starting from the bank, Asalida, to many other companies. But look at how the people live their life. This 8 years old or 7 years old, coming to school without a backpack, I don't see it, without a book, without a pencil, and he is required, seems like he's required to wear uniform. It's just like me, blue shorts and the white shirts. But with shoeless, I don't know how he's gonna start study at school, or is it just is just to show that because he's proud of the Cambodian government? This is ridiculous to me. Number two, the people that probably that look at this picture may think that this is COVID-free. But it's not. Understanding those 4 conditions, the boys still wear mask, and with the immunization tag on it and on him, to me it's not really a modern country at all. It's a third world country. To have a child coming to school look so pathetic like that. Also, the government, I would say that the government, with this pandemic going on for more than a year now, since they closed the country, but we expect something to be better, but it turned out to be it's even worse than this boy. When he started school, maybe a couple of years ago. He probably could wear shoes, or could have shoes, and should have books or backpacks. We cannot tell because we cannot see whether he's sad or he's surprised or he's look like his eye is wondering what's happening to me. My parents sent me to school. I don't know who my teacher is, and I'm a teacher myself, and we teach in America. We don't have this kind of picture in our school at all. Yes, we cannot compare America to Cambodia, but at least something that the boy could carry with him: a pencil, a book, if not a backpack, so that he can hope for his better future.
At least a
And food.
shoe. At least a
Yeah,
shoe.
the shoe. Yeah,
Yeah.
it just, to me, it's very sad to see the country 50 years later is still back in the 70 or in the 60. So Hun Sen is not moving anywhere at all. It's moving backward. While the whole world is going forward, he used this. We will talk more in a little bit about the bills.
Thank you,
after.
Mr.
Yeah.
Ricky. Let me have, from a mother perspective, let me have Sam. And Sam, how do you feel when you see that picture, Sam? You as a mother, you are muted.
Personally, Bongs, is very sad and so shameful to the government of Cambodian. And I got goosebumps when I say this. We all know, based on the picture you provide and the background of the family, again, the family is very low income. Very proud to the parent who are able to have their uniforms on. From a kid perspective, they are happy to go back to school, yes. But it's very sad to see kids going to school with barefoot. The vaccination card hold on their necks is very sad. So with the bag, if I see it at the bag, and I'm sure their shirt with no button, I believe. So, and the way Hun Sen want to be proud of himself that he reopened the country and allowed the kid to get the vaccination and go to school without a proper supply. I understand if the pencil and book is not available at that time, but please, come on, using any supply that can support this young kid. Barefoot, go to school. Are they able to have a table to sit in a room? So, very sad. I don't know how the country is keep going backward, not going forward. And I'm sure Hun Sen is very proud of himself, and multiple people that agree of him that opened the country, allowed the kid to study. I agree with that, but I don't agree with kid like this. How can you not see this at all? At all. And I'm not going to blame the family for sure. This is a lacking of management in the government of Cambodia. The family is a low income. Our country, we don't have middle class. From a high class to a low class. But yes, a low class family looking support from a government perspective. And where are they? A leadership that has been there for a decade. And we continue to see this on his social media. That's a worldwide seeing this. What is the purpose? So that question is still there. And what this boy need more care, need more support. So it's shameful, actually. Shame to his leadership.
Thank you, Sam. In that note, let's go into our topic. I want to show a video of what I always say, the dirty dozen, and we call the dirtiest dozen in Cambodia before we dive into our topic. So now, please remember this boy. He's starting school, right? That's his first day of school, standing online without shoe. Let me start another video, and I will share a video that I always play. Let me see. Hopefully I did not froze the video again. Let me see. Almost there. Sorry, guys. Sorry, everybody. Let me see. I thought I have it ready, but okay. Let me share that. Sorry about that. Let me see. I actually don't see that video here. Let me see. No, I do not see that. Okay, try one more time. Okay. Mr. Ricky, do you remember the Dirty Dozen?
Yeah, very well.
We went from a child with bare feet going to school to million and billion of dollar in corruption's money. So our topic today is HR 4686 and S3052. Let me introduce a little bit. The HR 4686 is to promote free and fair elections, political freedom, and human rights in Cambodia, and for the other purposes. This HR 4686 was passed on September 28. So now we are moving to the Senate. So we need Senate. AB state has 2 Senate. We need 51 votes to pass HR 4686. So that's one. The other one is, maybe I should share my screen so we all can see what I'm talking about. This one is S52, 3052. Can you see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Too small?
No,
Can
that's
you
fine.
see? That's fine. Okay. It is S30 3052. It has, I believe, let me count, 23
It was,
pages.
yeah,
Total of
proposed.
23 pages. And you can see is to promote fair and free elections, democracy, political freedoms, and human rights in Cambodia and other purposes. So this bill is started on the Senate on October 21st, 2021. I know our audience probably very familiar with HR 4686, but it had not been familiar. Mr. Ricky, can you help to explain what is the bill HR 4686 before we start with S3052, so that way our audience would understand. And also I would like you to stress what is it for? Why are we having this bill? Why do we have HR 4686?
Well, you already said the purpose of HR 4686, which is to promote free and fair election and democracy, political freedom and human rights in Cambodia. And actually, this bill for HR 4686 already passed the Congress, like Linda said, on the 28th of October. No, it's on the 28th of September. And then it's served as a punishment, actually, to the Cambodian government for not following the rule of law, for destroying democracy and violating human rights and jailing many opponents, including arresting or putting under house arrest of President Kem Sokha, CNRP president. Currently, he could not practice politics. He could not talk about politics. He could not even leave the country. See, that's the 4686 was formed. It was passed a couple of times already in the past, but because of the new election, this is the third time, and hopefully they will pass through the Senate and then become laws after the president signed at the end of, hopefully the end of this year. So basically, it's to number one, to bring democracy back to Cambodia, and then play by the rule of law, governed by the rule of law. And two is to free assets for those, the dirtiest dozen that we talked about earlier, because there's so many corrupted, blood-sucking leaders in Cambodia since the 1984, even before that. And number three is to revoke their visas, or ban them from coming to the United States. So this is serious about this bill that's already passed the Congress. And the United States is working very hard, and they already stress again and again that the American people and the Cambodian people are supporting each other, one the same thing, which is the freedom, democracy, to lead the government, not to have dictatorships and authoritarian rule for so many years by the dictators. So that's 4686 stand for, to make it short. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Ricky. Now, Sam, how do we get this 4686 to the tape on the desk of President Biden? How do we motivate our community? How do we motivate Minnesota to help with this HR 4686 now that at the Senate?
For me, I keep encouraging everyone in Minnesota continue to participate, to get all their letters sent out or by email. This morning I did some research, and half of them be able to send an email, and some of them be able to send a letter, because we're not engaged with their district. In order to do that, and then goes very well, we must come together to continue or ensure that all the letter is reach out to the office, follow up, whether call or email, especially to make sure that they receive a letter. I personally encourage that if we can do an express or expedited the letters, that is the best way to do to get its response faster and expedite our process. Myself, I'm going to expedite that letter as soon as possible. So that way we can speed up the process faster.
And so everybody have their role. Cambodian American can also call their senator up and or write their senator to help support this bill, because this not support HR 4686, which is at the Senate now. We need 51 votes from the senators to be able to move forward to be on Joe Biden's desk. And thank you so much, Sam, for explaining that. And the other case is I always have people asking me, will this bill hurt ordinary Cambodian in Cambodia? What is it bill? I mean, Mr. Ricky has already said already, but to ensure the ordinary Cambodian, would this affect them after Joe Biden signed it?
It will affect them because it's their voice will hurt. Their effort will be impacted to make it stronger. Am I answered the right question?
Oh no, it's for we our voice, we helping our senator pushing this bill. We are calling and writing email, make sure they heard us, make sure they know that we want our senator to support. But for people in Cambodia, this bill affected the dirtiest dozen, the corrupted official, the people in Cambodia, the ordinary people. It will not be affecting them. Affecting them in a way that we will make sure we sanction those corrupt officials, make sure Hun Sen change whatever he doing without so much corruption. So that's what we want our ordinary Cambodian to know, that it is not affecting them. We're not sanctioning them. We sanction the official, that corruption, that's disrespectful to human rights, and that what we're talking about.
Thank you, Bong. I think in a way they will feel that it might be a small percentage impact them or affected them. For the corrupted people, and especially Hun Sen. If he thinking another way, he might say, I don't care, it's I care less if it impacts my team or not. But I believe in other way that people still believe in us, that it's not going to impact them because we're not targeting on them. So how we find out that we are not targeting them, and this will not impact them. It's only impact to those people that we are targeting them. So right now there's a lot of social media out there to podcast that this bill is not impact to those among us people. So we want to make sure we broadcast that and say, please, this bill is only impact to these certain people, that they are violating to this human rights. And they will not understand what is violate a human right, but our bill will go out there to prove to them. So which we are already proved in the state, half of them outside of the state. Internally and internationally, we will prove to them. So
thank you, Sam. That's right. Thank you. Yes. This bill is sanctions. Let me see. We will sanction senior official of the government, the military, and the security forces of Cambodia who the president determined has directly and substantially undermined democracy in Cambodia. So again, the dirtiest dozen, there's many, not just dozen, there's many dozen in Cambodia. And so that way we trying, that's what we do, because according to the movie, according to the the show that I just how the clip, they have a lot of money. The corrupted official have money all over the world, including America, and this is to sanction them. Thank you, Sam. Let me have Mr. Ricky back. Anything you want to add for HR 4686, Mr. Ricky? Or do we cover it, or do we want to move on to S3052?
I think we cover most of it, and people can do more research. And it has been on for a while, so this is not a brand new bill. It's already passed twice in the past years, and it's the third time that it passed the House. And yeah, there's some wording that have been updated, but yes, it will impact the people positive in a positive way. For the leaders, it will be, of course, they will be affect them tremendously because they cannot come to United States, or their asset will be frozen, and then their reputation is embarrassing in the world. And this is not something that they can play around. This is not a joke. This is serious. The people should appreciate for what American lawmakers did, or the American people have done to help. We are to help them, so they should appreciate. It will affect them positively instead of negative effect on them.
Thank you, Mr. Ricky. Let me show the HR bill, the not HR, the S3052. Sorry about that. Let me see.
We can talk about that. You don't know. Okay.
So they can see it. That it is, the text show up already. The text is online. It's on the gov. I believe it
just came out today, right, Linda?
You know what? I'm not sure the date. I just know that I checked last week, wasn't there. So it's between this week.
Yeah, it passed on the day before we held the demonstration in Washington, D.C. This is on Thursday, October 21st. So this is the Senate bill. This is a little bit different from the House. Remember, both bill need to be passed through the Senate bill, for example, has to pass through the Senate, but it has been read through the Foreign Committee, Foreign Relations twice, according to what I see here.
Yes.
This bill, the Senate Bill 3052, is intended to promote free and fair election, democracy, political freedom, and human rights in Cambodia. But their main purpose here is to sanction the leaders and the government, because there are 24 findings, and this is bipartisan support, which means there's support by the Democrat senators and the Republican senators. And then let me I appreciate those 6 senators that have been sponsoring this bill. First, Senator Ed Markey from, I believe, from Massachusetts, and then Senator Marco Rubio from Florida. I remember today's election day too. And the United States, we vote for senators and governors and some lawmakers, local government. And number 3, Senator number 3 was Dick Durbin from Illinois, and then Senator Tullis from North Carolina, and then also Senator Warren from, I believe, from either Massachusetts, somewhere in the New England area, and then Senator Feinstein. This is I never seen her name pop up in the bill for Cambodia like this. I think
this is the first time
the power of lobby all around the countries. We had acting President Sam Rainsy met with the staff when he was here, so he talked to Senator Feinstein's staff and Rubio. We talked, my wife and I, and Mrs. Kumhun Tit, the CNRPA Women Affairs President, and also MP Musahua had a good discussion about this, pushing for the bill to pass. we met the staff of Senator Rubio's, and of course, don't forget, we give the credit to Mr. Ong Reti, the president of CNRPA, who lobbied so hard for Senator Ed Murky to help this bipartisan bill. This is not easy, and it has been read to the Committee of Foreign Relations twice. And also, there were 24 findings. The one finding that I would pay attention, would love to read to, because since we don't have much time, that's in regard to Hun Sen using the COVID-19 as a tool to repress the opposition. This is sad.
Which number is that, Mr. Ricky?
Yeah, that was.
Oh, that's number 8.
On finding number 14.
Number 14, number 8 as
Right.
well known as COVID-19 here. Let me see. Number 14.
You go to line 14, number 14 finding. See, Prime Minister Hun Sen has used the COVID-19 pandemic as justification to further consolidate power, to have the control, the strong grip over the Cambodian people, and the Cambodian People's Party control the National Assembly, pass new laws to further curtail the rights to freedom of expression, peaceful assembly, and association, which means, according to this bill, to what this bill have said, according to Human Rights Watch, under the guise of the Pandemic Authority, they ban the protests organized by youth and environmental activists. You see that? Part A, 15A.
Yes.
And 15B, to detain interrogated at least 30 people for Facebook posts related to the pandemic, and to charge one journalist for a pandemic-related reporting. This is ridiculous. So they take this opportunity to shut down or to silence the opposition. That's what Hun Sen has been doing. So this bill, you can read yourself. We don't have to explain it further. But if Sam want to add something to it, or Linda want to ask me more question, I can answer more, and I can go into more details. But
yes,
again,
when looking at this bill, it's very detailed. Like you said, 24 section of them.
24 findings.
24 finding, and it's not just not you, not me, not Sam, not Mr. Ricky come up here and say there's no democracy in Cambodia. No, there's a 24 finding according to this bill regarding Prime Minister Hun Sen, and even the newest one is COVID-19. And like Mr. Ricky has already said it. So this is not Mr. Ricky or Sam or I just say, Hun Sen is not respecting democracy. Hun Sen is stepping on human rights. No, this report called out exactly what it is and what's going on in Cambodia right now. So
and this is done. So I'm sorry, Linda, to cut you, but I just want to add this is done by the U.S. Senate. This is the big power lawmakers in the U.S. They are not dumb. They know their own team. They have their own team to research what Hun Sen have done for the past since 1984. That's why they come up with these ideas to where they found out there 24 finding. That's 24 finding means 24 violations to the human rights and democracy, basically in Cambodia. Go ahead, Linda. Yeah, just want to add.
Yes, and also, for example, if you are not America, you would know EU sanctioned the regime by taking EBA 20%, and that's not just us saying it. It's the European Union seeing it and see that they're not respecting human rights and they're not respecting democracy. So in short, this S3052, we encourage Cambodian American, we encourage American, call your citizen, call your Senate, and make a phone call or write your Senate and ask them to support this S3052. Sam, is there anything else we should do as a Cambodian American in this country? What else can we do?
Thank you, Bong. If I go back to that S3052, again, totally strongly agree big time that Hun Sen is, if I'm speaking from a violation in 2 sections, and this is not just 3 of us or everyone out in the audience are just saying, this is not just saying. I want to cover up that a little bit, then I go back to your question. If we write up in anything, how can Hun Sen just justification on human rights and democracy? How he can justify that when the statement is out there, it's been written, it's not verbal by us. And this section is very clear that he is violation in 2 sections under investigation method. So how he justifies that by using a COVID vaccine or any COVID-19 method? How? That is a question still. How we encourage people with the question, Bong. I mean, we have every right and every section in our S3052 and still podcast at this section and that section, Mr. Hun Sen, violation. And it's from this bill. And our bill is very clear and legit. He is violation. So with that, we encourage everyone to supporting us to pass this bill. And please, like, call your Senate, call your Congress. That's possible out there. Every website, every social media. Especially if you're looking at LinkedIn, that is a professional website that we are reaching out to them. Encourage the family, citizen and non-citizen, to helping us. Every possibly from them is help.
Thank you, Sam. And yes, Mr. Ricky, what else can we do? What should we do? Why should we do? Like, I'm going to close the show up. Why should we do it? But from your point of view, what else should we do? What else should the Cambodian American do to help and pass this?
Not just Cambodian American. I think we as humanity should all join hands, should work together, unite against the dictator. Because like Martin Luther King said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. This is like Hun Sen is violating and human rights, and of course he arrested, intimidated, and silenced opposition, and even killed some people. His bodyguards, although Hun Sen did not, who knows whether ordered by him or not, we never know. But look at the number 7, each of the 6 elections that had been taken place in Cambodia in 1991 was conducted in circumstances that were not free and fair and were marked to voting agreed by fraud, intimidation, violence, and misuse the government of Cambodia of illegal mechanism to weaken opposition. That's his goal. So this is against the human rights. And we as the Cambodian American voters or constituents have the right to call our senators in all 50 states to please support this bill. You can help. You don't have to go to Cambodia to help Cambodian people, okay? You stay here, pick up a phone or search online, and then send a message through email, through text, or just make a call and say we would like this S3052 pass to help the Cambodian people that are suffering so bad since Hun Sen has been in power in 1985, although this bill say 1984, but the year difference doesn't make any difference at all. since he has been in power for so many years, the longest serving prime minister almost in the world now. So why? Because he used all his tactic to silence the opponents, to torture the opponents, so that no one could stand up. So this is it's time for people to stand up in America, and I know the senators are working hard on it, and we need to do our parts. We do not just wait and see. We need to participate. If you just wait and see, it's not going to happen. Action need to be taken, and it has to be from us. We the Cambodian people. Look, the American are helping Cambodian already. Where are the Cambodian people? Why can't they help themselves? And we keep blaming them, asking for the world to help. No, we all need to join hands in hands, and then start making phone calls and email and make noise. If we don't make noise, no one's gonna hear anything. And this is a good noise that we all can say that, hey, if this is bill passed, look at what Biden administration have to do. If you look at a page, I believe page 10. Page 10. The United States is committed to promoting democracy, human rights, and the rule of law. There's a Senate of Congress, and the law that laid out in 1991 Paris Peace Accord. So Hun Sen has to obey that Paris Peace Accord that we have been talking about. And the United States government, through diplomacy and assistance, must urge the government of Cambodia to release all political prisoners, drop all political motivated charges, restore full political rights to the Cambodian National Rescue Party, which is the main opposition party. I am impressed that it stressed only on the CNRP. Why? Because that's a real opposition leader in Cambodia that Hun Sen's afraid the most. And then also the United States government need to reverse the policy action that have resulted in dismantling of democracy. Blatantly disregard the fundamental human rights. We talk about this is the right to everybody, not just Cambodian, and also to immediately discontinue the imprisonment or judicial harassment of journalists, political dissident activists, and drop political motivated charges against opponents like Sam Rang Si and Madame Musuhu Ain. Those nine senators, CNRP MP could not go back, and plus release all the political prisoners that Hun Sen. See right behind you, Linda. I also have them too, right here, the shirt. See, these are the victims of this regime. This is real. We are not just saying it. The United States senators speak up. The Congress speak up for 4686. Now the senators speak up on S3052. Where are the Cambodian people? Let's do it together. Time is now. Don't wait. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ricky. Yeah, thank you, Sam. I'm going to close this. The bills, the S32, 3052, it said, okay, if you in America and you enjoy free and fair elections, please call your senator. If you enjoy the democracy that America has, Cambodia need that, please call your senator. Political freedom, if you enjoy that in this country, please let the Cambodian in Cambodia enjoy it too. So please, human right in Cambodia, if you enjoy your freedom of speech, your freedom of expression in America, it's your turn to call up your senator and said, I would like my senator to support S3052. And now we have, and also HR 4686. Just one phone call to your senator. That's 2 of them each state. It's not going to take long. You can go to the let me see, the congress.gov and type in both of the HR 4686 or S3052, and you should know who your senator are. Pick up a phone call. Again, if you enjoy the freedom and the free and fair election in America, if you enjoy that and you enjoy democracy in America, we need that in Cambodia. So please pick up the phone, please email, or please write, please do whatever you can to make sure your voice is heard, that say you want them to support both HR 4686 and S3052. Anything else you want to add, Mr. Ricky and Sam?
I just want to add one thing, Linda. We saw the picture that Linda showed, and the poor hut, or we don't say the hut. It's not a home to me. That's even like a little, even worse than the tent that we have in the United States. But this is, look at that house, and imagine the boys that are coming to school. If this bill pass, I'm sure the boys and the girls, which who the future generation of Cambodian, he could be the Cambodian prime minister later on too, if he's given an opportunity to serve and to go to school, just like those 30 years dozens children have been attending United States school or the school in Europe somewhere else. Those boys are smart. Those girls are smart. We build Angkor Wat from our history, and if they are given the opportunity to go to school equally, and the curriculum that they need to be successful in school, they would be very intelligent, very smart. I'm a teacher. I know those Cambodian students in America are very bright, just like any other ethnicity. We're not just bragging ourselves, but I have been looking at a test, and the spelling bee or science or math, the STEMs, science, technology, engineering, and math, they are smart too. So it's just we don't, because we were not given enough opportunity. And Hun Sen tried to prevent us from being educated. That's why he just built school everywhere, but teachers get lower paid, and the public school did not have enough time for the kids to go to maybe 2 hours a day for public school. And you cannot graduate if you do not go to the private school. You will not get the degree. You have to get the private school to get the degree to be graduated from certain colleges. This is sad. Public school. And to me, I want people that say, I love Cambodia, and I feel bad for those people that are abused or their rights being violated. I just feel so sad for them. Don't just say, take some action, walk, you talk, please do it. Linda and I have been in protest. We have been calling senators. We have been meeting with our congressmen, for me, on a monthly basis with the congressman, District 10 from California. He's working for Washington, U.S. Congress. So build a good relationship with the senators and the congressmen and the local mayor or city councils. Try to help your own people. The European have almost done enough. The United States has done a lot too, but now we have to do our parts. This is our country, our people, and if we all do it, we will succeed.
Thank you, Mr. Ricky. Any last words, Sam?
Not much, but I would like to add on to both of you as well, that please step out from our comfort zone and please helping us to success this. We cannot do alone without all of you support. If we want a freedom like every other culture or other country, we must come together. I've been researched with all congresswomen and men. Some of their website even say that if you live close to our office, please stop by and speak to our representative. So there is an option for us to stop by if you live near your local center. I continue and encourage everyone, come together, please, if we're looking for freedom, like every other culture does, especially like America. Look how kids to get all their school, their supply, every supporter that they could. And we are looking and urging everyone to support our kids back in Cambodia as well, to stay away from dictator leadership like Mr. Hun Sen. So please step out from our comfort zone and support us. I appreciate everyone who come together. So thank you.
Thank you, Sam, and thank you, Mr. Ricky, for your time today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Linda, for having us, and thank you for helping CNRP and the people. And eventually we're gonna rescue our country from the dictator one day.
Definitely. Yeah, we will. We come together. Thank you again, Bong, for having me.
Thank you. And thank you for being here, Sam. You are so brave. This is your first time, and I really appreciate it. We'll talk some more and we'll bring you out some more.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank
Looking
you.
forward. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. Have a good night.
Good night. And thank you, Mr. Ricky. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into our show. And our topic again is HR 4686. HR 4686 and S3052. Please support our both of the legislator. Both of them is at the Senate right now. So please call your senator up. Each HR 4686 need 51 senator, and each of the S3052 need 51 senator in order to pass. So please help to call, to write, to email. And like I said, if you enjoy free and fair election in America, please do your part. If you enjoy the political freedoms, to pick who you want to choose, and freedom of speech, freedom of expressions, human rights, and if you enjoy any of that in America, it's your turn to call up your senator. On that note, thank you so much for watching our show. This is Khmer Youth Voices for Justice. This is part of the CNRP-America TV show. I am broadcasting from Los Angeles, California. I would like to wish everyone a good evening or good night. And also, if you are in Cambodia or in Asia, good morning. And hopefully you have a better day or good day today. Thank you.